WhymsicalWyvern here. I stream weeknights on Twitch. And I move my VODs to YouTube whenever. I didn't move my VODs to YouTube. Uh-oh. I might have to try and do that really quick and make sure it doesn't show up on stream. Hold on. Why is this not working? There we go. All right, let me get my notifications out. Imposing Chris, I think they are on. You think what are on? I just got the pixels to come up. It wasn't working. Peekaboo. Hi, Snow Snow. How you doing? Congratulations on the new phone. Notifications. Well, if they're working, half the time they don't. That's why I always just go ahead and send them manually. You know, all those people that are dying to see me on X. Hey, Q, and yes, I'm very happy. Good. All right. I need to do something really, really quick. Sorry about us here. Did you hear about the guy whose whole left side was cut off? He's all right now. Oh, that's dark. My dad would love that. I take a picture and send it to my dad on the days he'll like it, because he's not so tech savvy with that stuff. Where did I read that from? Above. I start every stream with a dad joke. It's still on my screen. All right, let me do this really quick. I'm going to make Twitch very unhappy. The bot. Nuh-uh. Uh-huh. Seribot. Seribot is my friend. I can't. Seribot is the best mod I could afford. There we go. I gotta export some stuff because it's about to expire and I didn't do that yet, and I'm just really a bad person. I'm sorry. Oh gosh. No, 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 go back, go back. Crap. I messed it up. I'm gonna have to go catch it on the YouTube side. Sorry, I'm almost done. Great. And won't let me fix my export, I bet. Oh, hopefully that'll work now. All right, now I'm gonna log out of there and hope it doesn't crash my stream. Look how good I'm getting at this. Oh my gosh. Practically a grown-up streamer. And let's get over here. And I'm back where I can actually be part of this. Okay. I've streamed once or twice. Here. Snow, in honor of your new phone, let's look at a blue bird of happiness. Doo, doo, doo. I'm so tired. I'm in such a weird mood. There we go. What makes the bird happy? I don't know. It just looks like those window clings that window hanging things they used to have all over the place when I was little, and we always call them bluebirds of happiness. How do I know? I did just realize I forgot the brace for my wrist. If I need it, I'll go grab it. I think I'm okay for now. My wrist is doing way better right now. All right. Oop. That'll work. Ah, frick. Fricka-fracka, fricka-fracka. So you doing okay, Chris? It's like all or none with you. You're around constantly or not, so I'm assuming that means busyness. It being the holidays, that kind of makes sense. I am just okay. Oh dear. That's okay. Everybody ganged up on a Drew and decided he was a chatbot today, so there's that. I think he just doesn't have English as a first language. So he always starts formal, but then he gets more casual in his speech as he goes. I've been thinking about my dad around these days. Ah. Yeah, the holidays are a mixed blessing. I always think about, like, all my grandparents. My grandpa's birthday was 24th of December. He was born on Christmas Eve, and he was buried on Epiphany. A very good man. He used to go around with a trunk of Bibles just to give to people. randomly, like in grocery store, parking lots, whatever. It always amazed me how many people were actually really grateful and took them. Like, he wouldn't bring it up, but he was ready. My dad's alive. He's just somewhere else. Me and him are the same. We are quiet in person and barely contact. Ah. Well, you can only do something about that while he's still around, you know. But it can be tough. It can be really, really tough. That's why I started sending my dad the dad jokes every day, because he doesn't talk a lot. He doesn't want a lot of communication, and I worry about him. He's interested in my streaming. If he's anything like me, he wouldn't want it any other way, but there are times I think I should just call him. You probably should. What I'm saying, though, is my dad's also not a talker. I honestly really don't want to get on the phone and talk a long time either. And we don't live near each other right now. So I just started sending him little memes 3 to 5 times a week. And I started sending him the Seribot joke of the day when I think it will make him laugh. And then we only talk maybe once or twice a month. But we didn't used to talk for maybe 6 months. And if you miss him, there's probably a reason. It's okay to let people be, but people like to know that you're thinking about them sometimes, you know? My son, I mean, being autistic, words aren't really big for him, you know? He's the one that gave me the idea. He sends me memes constantly, but he doesn't talk to me a whole lot. And we're in the same house. But I know he cares, and I care about him, so I send him memes back. And that's what gave me the idea for my dad. And my dad likes that we're just sending little things back and forth sometimes. Not enough to spam each other. Just enough to say, not bugging you, but I love you. And I care. I don't know if that makes sense, but for what it's worth. But every time I have strongly felt the need to call somebody, there's always ended up being a reason. Usually I can... I've had relatives call me and ask, am I just ghosting them? Okay. I love them. I'm on a farm because I don't like people. I didn't even know what ghosting was. I was like, what are you talking about? So I'm trying to make more of an effort. I wouldn't want my dad to change, but at the same time, I wouldn't want to be like that with my children. Yeah. Like I said, respecting is good, but you're not going to get this time back either. And maybe find something that works for both of you. That's all. My dad and I don't like to talk, but we do care about each other. So we found a way. Your way will probably be different, but there's a way. And that's the beauty of memes, or like little YouTube videos, like those silly shorts or whatever. I'm not big on shorts. He won't watch a long thing though, and on the rare occasion that we do get to see each other, it gives us something to talk about. Because he'll be like, that little video you sent me last month, that was crazy. And we can talk about it. We're not like touchy-feely people, my dad and I. That's why we get along, because we both respect that, you know? I don't know. I would never tell anybody how to have a family thing. I'm just saying sometimes there's creative solutions where everybody can actually be really happy with the interactions. Interesting. I could say it's a reflection of me and my dad. Yeah. With my brother, he also isn't a super talky guy, but he felt bad that we weren't in touch more. I could have cared less, but I love him. And I saw that that was bothering him, and I tried, and it wasn't going anywhere. And then he started sending me all his D&D 3D prints, and they're gorgeous, and I could really comment on them, and that's most of my communication with him. But he's very happy now that he knows I love him and care, and he might send me a picture once in 3 months, but I instantly respond when I see it. So always within 24 hours. People are hard, Chris. People are hard. All you can do is do your best. Hi, Night. That's very true. Yo, Night. I guess Snowy fell asleep. Snow fell asleep or something. It was nice of her to pop in. And hi, Chris. All right. Well, y'all were popping on the Discord. I wasn't in a place where I was getting data, and all of a sudden it was just like my bottom was exploding. It was like boop, 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 boop. Like, what the heck is going on? That's what I get for keeping my phone in my back pocket. I don't think I got them in order, but I'll go back and check after to see kind of when people said things. I know the time is posted in the Discord. All right, let's see how this lovely rose is coming along. Oh, wow. That's what I get for trying to get more sloppy. Haste makes waste. There we go. I was worried about even getting into this stream today, to be honest. I can't believe I did it. That's a persnickety spot. Something going wrong? No. No, it's just a very busy time of year. Not to mention, Floridians are babies. Everywhere I went today, there's people going around outside. Some of them in shorts, in multiple sweaters or shirts going, "It's freezing, it's freezing, it's so cold." And I'm like, okay, even for me, that's a bit much. It's not that cold right now. You got freaking shorts on. This would be very easy to address. I remember saying something along those lines before. We're all babies here, because we're lizards. One minute it's 95 degrees. 15 minutes later it could be 65 degrees. 15 minutes after that it could be 20. The next day it could be 90 again. I honestly don't think any of us ever adjust to cold because we have much more heat. And for the record, it hasn't been 20 in ages. I'm throwing that out there because that happened to me once. I meant about being busy, yeah. Artaku's an elf and Hedge is a hedge wolf, no lizards there. We all have just a wee bit of lizard to us. No, one time when Artaku was a baby, I took her out for the day in her cute little sunny outfit. And it got down to 20 degrees from that morning. And I was literally taking things like towels in the car and putting them over her because I was so worried about her. I put every outfit she had on her. Poor little baby. Got her home. She was probably fine. I had heat on in the car too. But I was like so upset that I'd gone out in the 90s and then it got in the 30s before I got home. It just dropped really suddenly. Wee babies, you know. They react to such things. Light of Ashen Rose's hedge is a cat girl and Artaku is a fish. I'm not a lizard. Poor baby Artaku. She survived. It made her stronger. It didn't kill her, that's for sure. I just felt like the worst mom on the planet, but you can't. A cold snap coming is not the same, and weather predictions have gotten more accurate, but they still never really know. But after that, I always had like an outfit for every occasion with me, and that never happened again with any of my kids. But I'd always make sure I had all these extra clothes for them just in case. I was so paranoid. I don't like not being prepared. It made her stronger. Yeah! That's my theory, and I'm sticking to it. And Chris, since I specifically was talking about Artaku and Hedge and Atlas and me, which one of us are you? I'm really confused now. I could go to sleep and still be streaming right now. That'd be awesome. In a prediction, a hopefully educated guess, yes. None. Sweet little Asana. The rooster I rescued is no more. Something got it over the weekend. I'm Chris. Good. And you're the best Chris you can be. At least I gave him a better life. Well, I could. There's that. No, not that, but I am a Chris. Okay. Oh, I think I'll do one more over. It needs it. Bloop, bloop. That is really turning out nice. It's gonna be so pretty. He is 5th or 6th Chris for me. Oh! You get around with the Chris's, huh? Oh, I'm sorry. Oh my gosh. It's been a long day. Possibly 7th. Wow. Your Chris count's getting kind of high there, Knight. That's a good question. Are you Knight's favorite Chris? That was a very good question. You are the best Chris in this chat. I didn't choose their names. No, Knight, I'm sorry. No, you didn't choose anybody's names. Unless you have children. In which case, which I think you've said you don't, but in which case you chose theirs and you obviously didn't choose a Chris. And this chat is a small sample size. I can get behind that. Oh gosh, speaking of babies. Are any of you familiar with Rippaverse at all? He has recently had a baby and he loves that thing so much, so he does posts almost every day now showing just the back of his baby's head because he doesn't want to share it. And there's things like the baby pulling his beard into tight fisted grips. You dads are the best. Rippaverse. We have more than one snow, so it can't be that small. That's true. True, we have 2 snows and 2 Artaku Smiles. Yes, Dwagon. There's an Artaku Smile 3. I wonder where that came from. Rippaverse is a guy who started his own comic company. He's got some rather strong political views, but it's a really neat comic company. And basically, I guess over the last few years, as people have been ditched from Marvel and stuff, they've ended up going to Rippaverse partly. Yeah. And, it's some really nice stuff. I can't afford it, but it's actually really quality. I knew somebody who was working with them at one point, and they let me see some of the copies of the magazines, or the comics rather. Really nice quality. Nice thick pages, beautiful colors. A lot of stuff now, you get it and you're just like, where's the money? But they really were like a real book and very nicely done. So I was impressed with how professional they were. A more indie guy should not be more professional than the big guys, but what do I know? I think he calls himself some kind of anarchist. He's got some very interesting views. But Rippaverse is his art company, and that's what I'm talking about. What the heck? Why does my mouse do that sometimes? I don't even have other fingers going on here. That one was me. I forget what he called it, like a socio-anarchist or so. I don't know. I don't remember. I don't pay attention because I didn't really care. Nice. Did you end up grabbing Black Desert on Steam? You don't need to download it to acquire it. Well, not the worst. I'm not a fan of anarchists. I mean, if you want to wait, I could probably go on my phone and pick it up. I didn't yet, and I haven't even looked at it, but I don't see the harm in adding it to my library. Anything free is good. Hold on one second. Let me... Steam. I'm not finding it. I've got... Oh, wait. Black Desert on stream. Sorry. Well, not the worst. I'm not a fan of Anarchist. It goes free often. It's free. It's got nothing to lose. I have it from I don't know how long ago. Okay, there we go. $0. Add to account. It won't. Okay, it's now registered to my account on Steam. So yes, I have it from I don't know how long ago. Still have not played it. My potato probably can't handle it. Steam will be giving away quite a few games in the following days. I'll pay attention because even if I can't play them now, if they're in my library, I can play them later. The art looks pretty, but I don't know. That's kind of flashy. Blah. Cool. I'll look at it later. Like when Hogwarts went on so cheap, I grabbed that. But then I found out that it needed 80 gig to just be on the computer before it was even running, and I was afraid the computer would die. But I still wanted to have it, because then when I can do it, I can do it. If that makes sense. That's not what I clicked on. Crafting survival game called Wild Terror 2 will be free in a few days. Cool, exactly. I got games for that exact reason. Exactly. Because even if I can't do it now, I can do it, and I will. It's just a matter of when. I've never had a game that I got that nobody ever picked up and played. I'm not going to say it can't happen, but I feel pretty safe on this kind of bet. Saying, free, and grabbing it. It's an easy investment. Gosh, I got out casual clothes that are more warm from the bottom of my dresser, and it's got the sachet smell all over them. They smell so good. I forgot I had sachets hiding in there. So apparently my clothes smell like Lily of the Valley right now. Then Wild Terror 2 is perfect for you. It's going to be around 5 gigabytes in size. Well, that's not bad. I am planning to see whether or not it goes on sale. I am planning to pick up the Whiskerwood. But since the big sale starts on the 18th, I thought I could wait that long and see. Because it would make me really mad if I bought it and could have saved 50% or something in the next few days. Catwood. It does have a Redwall vibe. I mean, that does help sell it to me, honestly. I like that. It's cute. It's pretty. It's not cute like Fluffykins, but it is cute. Where's my stupid cursor? There it is. I was also gonna go see, because I saw there's actually some decent reviews of that Silly Bunny Girl one that I had trialed on the demo in the spring. So I might go back and check out that demo again, because they have apparently fixed a bunch of the issues. But I don't know. I haven't decided. If I do it, I might do it as a redeem. I don't know. I might just do it because I want to, depending. I'm really solid on that one, I know. They are not fluffy. They are small and try hard, sort of cute. I should put some of the free games I have in the Discord. Silly Bunny Girl. Oh, did you not watch that day? Yeah. It was something. It was a demo that looked very wholesome and sold itself as very wholesome. And then there were things that were a little more interesting. And then I reached the part where the bunny girls were serving drinks at the sailor's bar with all of the, on the beach, with all of the, very drunk patrons. It was not what I thought I was getting into, I'll be honest. I don't think so. For context, Wee-chan loves touching bunny girls until they giggle. That bunny girl, I might be talking about a game. Remember that? Aha. Do you now? Oh my gosh. Needless to say, they've supposedly been fixing that game up. So I did think about, since we had done the demo before, seeing if it was actually any better. But I don't know that I want to do that on stream, and I haven't made up my mind. Because that didn't feel wholesome. If the people doing that think that's wholesome, I don't know. It wasn't like, at the same time, I did comment at the time, the bunny girls were, I mean, if you're gonna be a bunny girl, you should have a certain figure. That's all I'm saying. Like, they weren't very curvy. So I felt like they were a little bit of failures as bunny girls, to be honest. But what do I know? Like, if you're gonna go into that kind of business, you gotta have enough of a curve to get the tips and stuff, you know? But I can give you another bunny girl game. It's a bunny who is a girl. You would be tearing your hair out well before the end. Wee-chan wants the bunny girls to be more curvy. Laura Day. I've never been to a beach bar where all the girls hanging over all the guys are quite so not curvy. That's all I'm gonna say. Maybe it's just the people who live around here. I don't know. Maybe we're different from the other humans on the planet. wholesome streamer. I'm just realistic. I'm realistic. I mean, I think it was just the program they were using to generate their characters, but how about this? In Minecraft, you expect things to be very square. But whether they're good curves or not, humans have curves, male and female, let's be honest. Located in different places, typically. And I understand they were supposed to be bunnies, but they were too human looking to... I don't know. I know the joke you're making, but I mean, seriously, that just bothered me. Maybe I'm broken. Maybe I'm judgy. Maybe I'm old. I don't know. It was hard to suspend disbelief on that one, that's all. Gotta give me something to work with. Your wholesome points keep going up and up. I mean, it's a technical curve, but that is not what I think. Okay. I mean, there's a reason. There's guys that prefer cabooses. There's guys that prefer more hip. There's guys that prefer the stuff up top. I don't think most of them go, oh, straight all the way from the top to the bottom. That's normal and interesting. I mean, it would be interesting, I guess. Hello, Artie, Hedge, Robot. Yeah, your mom is no longer wholesome. We corrupted her with bunny girls. Sorry, I'm going to tell her to talk about this conversation. I'm sure she can't wait. She's in the next room. It's just a matter of whether she has earbuds on. I don't think she'll be shocked. She's met me before. I guess I feel like if you're going to do something, do it right. Maybe that's a better way of putting it. I'll do it first. Go ahead, Dwagon. See, she'll be so happy there'll be something to chat about this evening. It'll be perfect. Okay, where's the That bite was a little weird. There we go. On the one hand, I'm a little surprised. On the other, I shouldn't be. You did invite us to watch you shower. When did I invite you to watch me shower? I'm a VTuber. I don't do that kind of thing. Thank you. Oh, I remember. You're talking about the Endless Ocean game. Yeah, now that you mention it. Okay, you got me. I was trying to make the swimsuit changing thing work and it wasn't working. Already forgotten. Yep. Oh, I just messed that up. Also, you're not the first VTuber I follow who has brought her chat with her when she showers, which is weird if you think of it. Yeah, that's very weird because I haven't brought you with me when I shower. Thank you. That's not the same thing at all. Trying to get a video game character to do a costume change is hardly the same as ASMR shower action. I don't know what else to call that. Like, what else would you do on a VTube? You don't see it. It was not ASMR, so far as I know. Okay, I meant sounds. I know ASMR is like that weird, quiet, microphone-y thing. I'm using the wrong term. So far as I know. If you edit your avatar within Unity, you can switch outfits in a second. I think she has a clip of it. Okay. Yeah, we don't edit in Unity. We edit in BC. No, not BC Face is the one that we use to make it work. B-Roy, maybe? Yeah, B-Roy. I mean, I've been pretty happy with it. And even if the program could handle it, I don't know that OBS could handle it. Just saying. Ooh, I'm almost caught up to myself. The only ASMR I vaguely like is the one with the turtle eating fruits. You need Unity to add custom commands such as toggling outfits with hotkeys or adding custom animations. Then you export your edited avatar from Unity and load it in the VC Face as usual. OBS can, but OBS also does not do the work. So OBS just fights with every program that goes in it. Okay? It does. I don't... It loves to hate its job. It does a good job. I'm using it right now. But it likes to fight with the stuff that's in it. That's my theory, and I'm sticking to it. Like in theory, since it's not running the programs, it shouldn't care if you're playing Peek and running your avatar at the same time, but it does. Yeah, part of the problem is that it tries to work with everything. I already posted in Artie's Discord saying we corrected you with Bunny Girls. Now we just have to wait a few days until she reads it. She reads it now. She just doesn't respond now. Her brain works on its own way and pace. But she usually sees it pretty quickly. Don't let her fool ya. Alright, I think this is most of the last of this outliney bit. Very cool. That's gonna be some bird. So, if the skull looks like this, I feel like the raven's going to be very colorful as well. Because I'm seeing purples, pinks. It looks like I still have a bunch of aqua. Where's the aqua? The head. Alright. Yes, this is a very common color for a crowbeak. Raven, maybe? I think it's called the raven. Alright, let's find that 28. Yes, that is a color. Yeah, I'm just like for a beak. I don't know. That's a little weird. I must vanish. See you tomorrow. Have a lovely meal. Bye-bye. Now it really doesn't make sense because the blue color goes right on over into here. Like in a mega way. Actually, it's reminded me of that person who found out they were colorblind because they tried to make a fan art, a picture at least of a girl with light green skin. I don't know. I was thinking it was more like El Dia de los Muertos kind of style. But then the skull wouldn't have had such a flat gray look to parts of it. So I don't know what to think. I guess this is going to be blue too, though. Let's see. So maybe it's just blue instead of black, like the lighting. But then why the beak? Shadow, maybe? I'll have to go to the top of the beak and see. Maybe it's just shadow. Because that's definitely a blue. The picture was not that bad, but definitely odd. Maybe? Yeah, I don't know. It happens. I mean, that's one of the things that's really cool about the internet, right? I mean, people feel free to try things they normally wouldn't, and then sometimes they learn things they didn't expect to learn. Apparently, Joel is colorblind, and he has gorgeous putting colors together. It's just, I guess he's not seeing the colors we're seeing. But I guess if you have a good sense of color, it can transcend your color blindness. Ghost Raven, maybe. I mean, it is on a skull. Ah, okay. Well, maybe we're getting there. Could depend on what kind. Some people can't tell between green and red and don't have trouble with much else. Yeah, I have an uncle who's green, red, brown colorblind. And nobody knew until he was very upset that why didn't their yard look as pretty and green as the yard down the street? And the yard down the street had all the sod pulled up, and it was brown dirt, getting ready to have more sod put down. My very avid gardener grandparents were pretty upset. So they realized there was something actually going on. They're like, what do you mean? It's a kind of a handsome tilt to the head. All right, let's see what we got going on here. Let's see what color you are. No, that's blue too. So maybe it's just shadowy and ghosty, like you said. Oh, there's a chart that shows it? Yeah, well, this is one way to find out. Yeah, I've never had any indication that I have colorblind issues, but good to know. I should put a link to the color sorting game on the Discord. I wonder if you would hate it. It can get really subtle. I don't know. Those things are so easy when you're not distracted, but when you're distracted by something like being on stream, yeah, it can get really frustrating. I'd have to think about it. Oh, I see. That's an eyeball. Hello, eyeball. That's definitely a ghosty eyeball. I mean, ads. Okay. Back. All right. All righty. Let's see. Yeah, that's a very handsome guy. Wow. It's kind of dark. See, this felt more like El Dia de los Muertos. I guess if the skull is on a rock, then that wouldn't be colored. But then what's with the scale with the raven? I don't know. Looks like it's going to have a little more blue over here. Small raven, ghost raven. Yeah, fair enough. Small raven makes sense. I think of them as big, but they fight with the eagles. One of them likes to bother the other's nests. I don't remember which is which. That's a lot of colors done. Like, how much are we? 57. Over here. You don't know how big they get? I guess not. Not everybody who does their art does homework. Like sometimes it can be cool and you know it's fantasy or whatever, but sometimes it's just like, ugh, come on. That's a bit odd. This is still very pretty though. It's almost like glowy goop. All right. Well, there should be one more. Boop. That's some cool. Here, let me get the outline part in as might as well as long as I'm here. Art's a funny thing. If you get too caught up in the reality, it can almost get less realistic. But by the same token, if you don't know any reality, it definitely doesn't help it be more realistic. It takes balance. But this doesn't strike me as one that's trying to be like a photograph kind of picture, you know? There's a trope on TV tropes about that. Oh gosh. Hmm. Yeah. Sorry. We randomly were watching a stream last night, or part an edited down from a stream where they were playing. I guess there's this food game where you guess which food is the right food that most people picked. There's also that German painting style. They crank the realism so high they are compared to photographs. I've seen some that I would never have believed were not a photograph. But when you see them analyzed, you can see where they're not. It's very cool. Um, it's like the Parthenon to me, though. Like, they had to make the lines not straight for them to look straight on that scale. And I guess there's an element of that your eyes and stuff balance to in nature, but it's very hard in art to know where those kinds of adjustments need to be made for it to look real, like a photograph. And no matter how much learning you do, I do think there's a level of just practice and seeing it and having an eye for it. It can be improved and honed and made better, but if you don't see it, you don't see it. Go too far, you can end up with uncanny valley. Like, for example, your eye doesn't focus on everything the same at the same time, right? I mean, yeah. Mm. Maybe I should give up on Christmas now. I only need about another 6 months to get everything I want to get done. Ah. When the kids were little, I was a mom that already had most of the next Christmas done by like March. Certainly by July. Birthdays, you name it. Now I'm like, you guys are old. Okay, let's see. 6. Where is this 6 at? Oh, and there's 15. Where's all those 15s at? So let's see. There and the 20. Okay. Give up on Christmas. If only. I'm not really gonna do that. It's so worth it. But it also feels like, oh my gosh, I'm just tired. I was saying fully about having everything ready in March. Yeah, I used to. I was always way ahead in everything on that, but life's just so much more unpredictable at the moment. And that's good too. Alright, let's see. Let's do these 25s. Yep, there we go. That's pink. If it makes you feel better, there was also a year where there were just so many medical emergencies with the kids that I literally went into a drugstore at 2 o'clock in the morning on Christmas Eve and finished off their Christmas that way. Because I was determined that no matter what, we needed it more than ever that year. It was going to happen. The drugstore was literally right next to the hospital. And I was like, I don't care. This is happening. This is going to be a thing. We need normal right now. It's a good thing. Yeah. I had people tell me I was crazy, but you know what? It's been years and years and years, and I still don't regret it. But that's part of why I was always trying to be way in advance, because there were a lot of medical issues with these guys when they were younger, and that way I always knew no matter what came up, there certain things would always happen. Made me a bit of a planner for quite some time. I enjoy the luxury of not having to do that to that degree anymore. But your family is made of glass is sounding more believable. There were times when I wondered. But I got everybody to adulthood. I'm calling that a win. And beyond that, it's really on them, isn't it? There we go. Yeah, I don't think glass exactly, but my kids had this habit of coming out before they were completely done baking, you know? That causes issues. I just started out a little behind is all. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I did. I got them to adulthood with all their limbs. That is correct. I had this weird dream that somebody contacted me and wanted me to do like cooking streams, and they paid to set up my kitchen so I could do it without showing anything. I was like, yeah, but there's not many things I would do. And I was like arguing with the person in my dream, and then I woke up. Dreams are weird. Okay, I'm messing up that complete line. Oni girl, you could probably do a lot. I don't know. I do a lot of weird stuff. I maybe do too much of that cook with feeling and not enough of that cook with recipe. My stuff might taste good, but it doesn't taste the same twice. Maybe that's a nicer way of putting it. Like, I'm not someone where they go, oh, I love it when I love that flavor there always is when you make blah blah blah. I'm always adjusting it. How many different gluten-free dishes do you know now? Oh gosh. I mean, it goes beyond gluten-free. They were all on the specific doctor supervised specific carbohydrate diet for over 4 years straight at one point, very strictly. And I can make all my own gluten-free flour mixes and all kinds of stuff. But what you have available changes, right? So things that I would have used 15 years ago or whatever aren't necessarily what I would use now, because it goes by what's readily available as much as anything, and what tastes good and what works. I got unbelievably excited because I found brown rice syrup for the first time in years in the store the other day. So I was like, nothing else works like brown rice syrup when you are subbing in for corn syrup for things like making chocolate syrup and stuff like that if you want to make homemade. My cooking tastes nice but looks like a dog vomited it up unless it is steak. Brown rice syrup? Yes. Like I could use honey or maple syrup for some things, but if you're making certain dishes that require corn syrup chemically, agave doesn't work right. I thought about trying allulose, but it kind of needs to be brown rice syrup or corn syrup for certain things. Like a lot of times you'll see marshmallows, if they don't have the corn syrup, they'll have the brown rice syrup. That's why. And they'll have gelatin if they don't have the corn syrup often, because they kind of have to have it at that point. I have never used corn syrup, so I don't know anything about it. Interesting.
For coffee syrup?
Yes. The deal is everybody gets to taste any given flavor, so nobody gets to finish it off till everybody's had a chance to try it. Okay? But you're welcome to it, any of them. Well, I'm not a big corn syrup fan, but when we were having to do such strict food restrictions when they were little, especially, and Artie's allergic to corn, if I wanted to do something like that for them, I had to make it from scratch. Hi, Hedge. She's already gone. I'll tell her you said hi. Night said hi. So like I would make my own. Okay, for example, my son's allergic to cow milk. So he was interested in having cocoa mix. So I made it from scratch using goat milk powder instead. And I couldn't get chocolate syrup. Someone had given it to Artie when she was little at school, and she liked it, but I couldn't get her any that she could have that didn't have corn syrup. So I went to go make it from scratch, and I found it doesn't need much. It needs like a teaspoon, I think. It might be a tablespoon in a whole batch. But chemically, it will not turn into chocolate syrup unless it has that little bit of corn syrup or rice syrup. So, yeah, you learn things. I like Alton Brown for a reason. His recipes weren't always the best, but by going through the science of it, that was really helpful sometimes when I could not quite figure out. So I always looked for people who cooked explaining the chemistry of the cooking. You really went all out. I would not have bothered. Well, I did. I bothered. I also liked the challenge. You know, Would I have bothered for an adult? No. Would I bother for a 2-year-old that doesn't understand why everybody else can have this and they can't, and I don't want them getting sick having it anyway? Yeah. Not only did I make it, I made it taste better than the others so that there was no temptation to have the stuff that would make her sick. And then she got big enough to understand it would make her sick, and it wasn't the same kind of issue, but we'd already established I would do that. No regrets here. And now, whenever I want something, whether or not I can find it in the store, I usually know how to make it. Even several kinds of cheeses. Sour cream and all kinds of stuff. My cooking often boils down to nonsense. There's nothing wrong with that. Look, there's times when I would sit there. I've made things like cheesecakes where I made all the ricotta from scratch, all the sour cream, all the cream cheese, every single ingredient from raw milk to the final product to turn it over 3 days to turn into what I turned in another day into a cheesecake. And it was divine and delicious, and I don't regret it. And then there's days like today. I came home, my kids had cooked me a burger. I saw some leftover lasagna and some leftover cheesy potato casserole from 2 different days. Stuck them in a bowl, put the burger on top, stuck some ketchup on the top, and that is what I'm eating right now. So I am hardly like always glamorous big cooking. I just can cook. We all just eat tired comfort food sometimes. I actually thought about making my own cheese a few times. It's fun, but it is a lot of work, and you have to be so careful about the bacteria component. But I eat too much of it for that to work out unless I dug my own cave and got my own farm animals. Well, here's the thing. It takes time. It'll slow you down. It'll slow you down. Yeah, we don't have the right temperatures for cheese caves here. But it turns out what a lot of people do here is they rig a wine fridge. There's a way to rig a wine fridge to be your cheese cave. Just saying. A lot of people do that around here. Almost done. I don't think it is here either. Yeah. Well, because we don't even have like underground. I mean, yeah, in that sense. But we do have caves, but they're more like aquifers and springs and underwater. So that's not great for cheese making. But you could do things like ricotta. That's easy and delicious. But the trick is you really do want to get your hands on raw milk. Because if it's already been pasteurized, I might go looking for that guy's videos. You can also buy special mini fridges that work. Yeah. If you really wanted to make something like ricotta, I could send you information. I don't know that Alton Brown ever did, but he might have. But I found that starting with raw milk gave me a far more consistent product. And what I decided it was because a lot of people don't realize that when you're making cheese, you have to bring it up to the temperature basically of pasteurization. How you treat it at that point is different. So if it's already been pasteurized, it's being double cooked. And I found that I got a different, and obviously it would depend on the kind of cheese, but I found that I got a different a less consistent result. I think it's akin to like double freezing a piece of meat over just freezing it once or something. It definitely causes it to be complicated, and unfortunately it's very difficult to get your hands on raw milk in a lot of areas, but if you could, you'll get a far more consistent result. Both pasteurization and homogenation both affect it. Yes. Absolutely. That's why I liked working with goat milk, because it's naturally homogenized, so it's easy to get not homogenized. But you could still... whenever I used the already pasteurized, it was 50-50 as to whether it turned into a nice cheese or not. I would do the same exact thing, the same exact way. And when I did it with raw cheese, raw milk, which wasn't raw when it was done, of course. So let's just tell the internet we're not advocating anything one way or another. Personal decisions are personal. But that being said, with the raw milk, it turned out very consistent. Like every time it was the same. Every single time. And if you're going to go to that much trouble and effort, I want to know that when I'm done, I've got my product. There was supposed to be a thing you can do to undo homogenization, but I don't think it's supposed to work that great. I mean, what's the point of making it from scratch if you've had to do all kinds of things to it to get it back to your original format so that you can get it made from scratch? I kind of get it, but I sort of feel like you're not going to get a product that's going to reflect the kind of freshness necessarily that you would want for all the effort. Like when I go to that much trouble, by golly, I want it to be, amazing. It's not hard, but I still want it to be amazing. Maybe I'm just selfish. Yeah. I don't know about sheep's milk. It makes really nice cheeses, but I don't know if it's naturally homogenized. I know goat's milk is, but I've never been able to get my hands on raw sheep's milk, so I don't know. But some of it is supposed to be very nice with the butterfat. And that's part of what you want to look at too. If you're making cheese, everybody's also worried about fat. You need fat to make cheese. You do. So if you're going to make cheese, you need it to have the natural fats. So I sort of know people who make cheese commercially, but I don't want to impose on them to make cheese just for me. What if they let you hang out and learn, like, for free a little bit with their nice tools so that you could learn how to help out there sometimes and figure out how much trouble you would want to go to. I'm not scared of fat. Not sure they would go for that. Fair enough. It's just, if you notice, when they try to start taking all the fat out of cheeses, they end up adding all this extra stuff to make up for it, because you need those molecules to bind together in the way that works to make it cheese. You're literally separating the curd from the whey. So, yeah. So I personally always tried to pick goats that were about 6.5% milk fat. That worked really nicely for most cheeses. But it really does. Different breeds of animal literally have different percentages of milk fat. So, yep. Like you could have, there are some goats that have milk fat amounts of like less than 3%. Some it's higher, but I found 6.5% was a really nice level. And that was my favorites were the Nigerian dwarf goats for that, but they have a very small yield. So you have to be very close to the farmer or be the farmer to get your hands on that. The Nubian ones have the biggest output, but they seem to have a far lower milk fat ratio. So your yield of cheese is going to be lower. But the quality of the cheese isn't going to change necessarily, but how much yield you get. That and where they are and what they eat also affects it, absolutely. But since I always went to animals I knew, they would be in my area. I wasn't getting supply from Vermont or something. I mean, at some point, if it's animals that you know in your area that you can see how they're treated and how they're farmed and how they're milked, they're going to have a consistent feed and environment. But if you're lucky and you live in a place where you can go to the store and get um, the raw milk directly, you might have some choice on that. I don't know. I thought the rules were stricter in Australia, but maybe they're not. We cannot sell legally raw milk here. So you have to trade it or you can sell it for animals. I used to joke that my aquarium, my fish swam in raw milk. I remember when I used to get this one cheese from Europe when the shop that sold it got bought out, and I've never seen it since. They are strict. Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what always gets me when they go, this cheese is raw, and I'll know for a fact it's the kind of cheese that you have to go over the pasteurization temp to do. OMG, I'm so happy someone else plays this game. Well, I've never heard that before. Hello. Thank you for the first time chat. What a long name. Nada Meeker and Random Dude. Meek or Random Dude? I don't know. But there is the wink, wink, nudge, nudge ways. Well, like I said, I always fed my fish in my aquarium. I had to write that on a formal document one time. I was buying it for my fish. It's no name, AK Random Dude. Thank you so much. Yes, I see it now. Because I go by both. Okay, so we have a nameless and we have a no name. Very cool. Very cool. Anyway, do you have a preference between no name or Random Dude? Or hey, we could switch it up and just call you AKA. I'm sorry. I think I've passed the point of making sense. And yes, Knight, I know all the wink wink, nudge nudge ways, but stream is not a place to discuss them. 881 offer, aka Lamau. We'll see. You get something new every day. Ah, all right. Yes, okay. You can weigh in. You're new. We have an opinion about this one. This is supposed to all be stained glass. I know another Random Dude, so your name is a little odd to see for me. I normally go by Random, though. Okay, you can be Random. So these are all clearly like more traditional stained glass art, right? Very cool. But this one, I didn't see many other random douche. Okay. We think he's dead or dying. Isn't it horrible that only the faceplate is stained glass? Doesn't that mean it's broken? The wink wink that I know best is that bathing milk is not the same. We decided this is not happy for this poor astronaut. All right. I love that they would let you buy it for bathing. That's hilarious. Yeah, we can't get away with that one here. Okay, that's going to take too long. I'm not doing it that way. And this is one of the ones where it stays super dark. Okay, what color has the second most? You. Yeah, I have more than 100 hours of this in my VODs, if you really were interested. Kind of shocking, really. There should be another very big section of this color. This is massive. This is massive to be in the middle. There we go. That 1 month is to blame for a chunk of that. Oh my gosh, I know. October. You know what? All that time our electricity was out so much, and then it didn't even make a huge difference on our bill. It's like I should have at least had like a way cheaper bill, right? But it hit across 2 different months, so it wasn't even a dramatic hit. A dramatic relief, actually, whatever you want to call it. Hit would be a weird thing for it to be. Oh, well, I've had this game for about 2 years, and I'm almost at 400 hours, I believe, maybe 500. Yeah, I don't know where I'm at, but it's higher than it should be because I only ever do this on stream. So, yeah, this is my Monday game. But I've done a bit. Let's see. Like, this is the easy peasies. The only one I've bought is the stained glass. Oh, it's winter now for sure. They'll let me do that one. They should have given you a discount for your trouble. It was free. And I got it for, I don't like these as much. I got it for like 70 cents night. It wasn't that. Yes, the cat bug. Where was the cat bug? I lost the cat bug. I saw it go by. It was in there somewhere. I think I know what cat bug is from. Book one. Yeah, okay. Yep, I would let them pick. Sometimes they picked, sometimes I picked. I mean, some of these are just gorgeous. I think my favorite one is the moon one. Mm. Coffee, 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 coffee. Coffee is my friend. I usually pick a bigger one and and then I alternate smaller ones in with it so that it's not as boring on stream. All right, where's that cat bug? Yeah, there we go. Woo! The moon took ages. I had to physically force myself through it, so congratulations to you all. It was super easy because I would do it at the beginning of streams while I waited for people to show up. But it did take for ages. Where was that moon? Yeah, I do think this is my favorite though so far. It's just gorgeous. It took a while, but it also looks so good in the end. It really does. It is so worth it. It's amazing. I was really happy with that one. This one was requested. Not one of my favorites. I'm going to admit it. We went back and forth on it. Thank you, Sarybot. Still don't like it. Yeah. It was like, yes, no, yes, no. Yeah, no. The hair just bugs me too much. Hello, Lost. How you doing? I actually kind of like this one, although it was pretty boring. This will be pretty. There we go. Oh. Come on! I hate when it doesn't actually switch. Part of what I've started doing, because it's the glare on the screen is hard to see sometimes, so I pick one of the, I go through and I just do big blotches of the colors that there's more of, and then I come back in after and I fill in the details. It's not glamorous. It's not gorgeous. But it really reduced eye strain to change up and do it that way. Telling us the pro gamer strats. I know. When you start picking this up on your streams, Lost, I tell you what, you're going to be an expert. And see, here's where I get dumb, because I just went over part of what I did, but whatever. I am revealing all my secrets, I tell you what. Yup. I don't know. This one's massive. Usually, like, I'll pick from the beginning and I'll pick from the end. But these got big quick. This is 118 by 226. It doesn't feel that much bigger than this. Maybe I'm just, I don't know. Maybe I'm just tired. I'm just going to pick a corner and get to work. That's not making enough of a difference to feel worth it. I have so many secrets. Yeah. Yeah. I never talk to anybody in public. I never let anybody know anything. I'm just such a shy little wallflower, stuck in my world. Oh. So, Night, you still saving for a new computer so you can stream again? Or did you decide it's not worth it? I think it's fun, regardless. I enjoy it. 25. Yep. Yeah. I called our computer a potato and my girls got so upset. They're like, it is not. It's a good computer. It just works really hard. And I'm like, yes, it does. It does. One day I'll have money, yeah. It is a decent computer. It just... I mean, with 3 streamers and a YouTuber using it as the main computer, it's amazing this thing holds up at all. Going to have to change OS soon. Yeah, not looking forward to that. Well, my son switched to Linux ages ago because there's no way he could make the computer he renders on work any other way. That thing only, he edits on it too. That thing only has 8 gig of RAM that it can have in it. You can't put more in. But the girls aren't brave enough to do that to this one. So, it does not happen. I don't know, I never got into the whole Windows thing, I'm gonna be honest. It's been out there forever now. I'm just hoping that some of these prices that are going up so extraordinarily balance out again. They usually do. It's just not instant. It takes time. Thank you. Boop, boop, boop. And then we'll come over here. That should give me somewhat of a picture of where we're going with this thing and scale. It shouldn't make a difference, but it always helps me work on something once I have a better idea what, like where we're going with it. So here's the question. I'm thinking Minecraft tomorrow and Minecraft Friday. The sale is this week. I'll probably pick up Whiskerwood. If you guys want, I can do one more stream of, at least you got an idea how long it would take. Yeah. I could do one more stream of the demo for Whiskerwood. And yes, this does give me an idea of time, but since I'm doing it on stream, I don't know how much it matters for time, but... Or I could do something totally different from Steve on Wednesday. And of course, I do my reactions on Thursdays. But I guess I'm giving you guys a chance to have a little bit of a vote as to whether I wait to do Whiskerwood until I own it, or whether I do one more go with the demo while I'm waiting for to see if it goes on sale this week. With all the other Christmas stuff. I don't think so, but I don't care. It's got different features. But I just had winter and then winter end, and then so I'm still seeing how the game flows, but the settings will be slightly different. It might transfer. I mean, that would be interesting. I'll look that up. But either way, I just don't know if anybody wants to see a demo that's probably... I mean, it'll change regardless afterwards, because it has to, because the settings are different. Some of the settings are the same, but some are different, so I don't know how it would convert. Oh, that would be nice. That's a nice detail. Okay. So I guess it's more of like a hurricane lantern. Okay, I'm freezing to death. Oh my gosh, I'm so cold. I choose not to choose. I am not around often enough. Fine. Streamer's choice. I will find out about the demo transferring, but even if it transferred, I would probably go ahead and start a new game. Oh. At night, you're around a lot. Give yourself credit. But I don't know how much you guys really care. Sometimes you do. That's why I was giving you a chance. And if you don't have an opinion, I'll figure it out. I certainly don't expect you to plan my channel out. But I do think sometimes people care about stuff like, are you going to do the demo again, but you're doing the real game? So this was your chance to say, yeah, that's weird. I'm wondering if I'm supposed to start like, okay, they have girl mice and boy mice. Why am I not getting more mice? I'm kind of wondering. Um, but that might also just not happen on the demo. They have houses, they have resources, they have food. I would think at some point that would yield to a population growth that is more natural. Anyway, you're about to be hit with commercials. I snoozed it once already. It's going to bark at me if I do it again. I'm wondering if you are going to have to start a breeding program. I know, right? Like on Minecraft? I don't know. By the way, I had to ditch my Minecraft. Lost, you should have said something about my mic being so bad. Is it still bad? I didn't even check. Is my mic still really bad? It was so bad the other day. I couldn't even understand myself when I went back to play the VOD. That's why I just privated it, because it was so horrible. About the same as normal. I hope that's a good thing. I guess there was an update and it switched to the wrong mic and it was really fuzzy and echoey. And I don't know how Lost sat through that. I am shocked and amazed. And thank you. That's complimentary, but oh my gosh. Anytime you come in, well, Night, you will say it, but anytime you come in and the sound is really weird, just say something. It's okay. I will be very happy to have that information. If I can fix it, I do. If I can't, I say, sorry, turn up your earbuds or whatever. But I do generally try. Bell Lost has me thinking, how bad has my sound been? Do I need to go back and double check more VODs? Oh, oh dear. Oh dear. Okay, what is with all the hot pink? I mean, I guess people want to go with a splash of color. Probably should. I didn't, but I really should have. Yeah. I saved it so that if I go back and I edit, I could voice over part of it if I ever decide to take my Minecraft world and turn it into some videos. But yeah, it was. Parts of it were clearer than others, but it wasn't great. And I was like, Hedge, you better check yours. And she goes, oh, well, I knew there was an update. So I just fixed it. It's like, could have mentioned that. Then again, I also didn't use my mic. Oh dear. Pardon me. I have to do some stuff anyway. No ads for me. Oh, really, Lost? No ads for you? I'll just do that much. All right, 20. I usually get 30. Honestly, I have no idea why. Because for some reason, whenever Knight is here, it gives him more ads than anybody else. I do not understand. It's embarrassing. It's really embarrassing. I don't even know what to do about it. There went my mouse. Come on. You can do better. I usually get 30. Yeah, their ads have been so prolific on Twitch anymore, right? Although YouTube's fighting to compete, I tell you what, I watched an 8-minute video. Every 2 minutes, there was a double ad break. And then when I put it on pause to walk in the other room and come back in, it gave me yet another ad break because the others must not have been enough. They want to kill the golden goose. And this is part of why we all started watching TV on the internet anyway. The ads got so crazy on regular TV. And then they made us switch to digital. So, like, why not? Why bother with the regular TV? And then they're going, why is everybody watching on YouTube? Because we didn't want to watch 8,000 ads an hour. Duh. Alright, well this one feels overwhelming, but when I just break it into little sections like this, I think I might be about done, guys. My mouse is starting to really fight this. I'll at least finish this section, though. The new mouse mat is definitely helping. I feel like tonight is very pink themed. Was that an accident? Alright, 8. And we have some 26s heading in here. Alright, where's my 33? Oh, there we go. And we'll grab this 28. Hello. Oh, hello, Rin.
Yeah, she's going to bed.
Oh, she looks so sleepy. Gosh, her coat's actually getting a teeny bit furrier here, thicker.
Yeah, after I'm done with this little one going to bed, I'm going to take a little,
Okay.
she's very cold with herself. I'll be right back.
I think it really helped with the over grooming to put her in that little jacket as it's getting colder. She seems a lot less freezing, so that's good.
You want me to put her in the jacket?
It's between you and her. I don't care.
Okay.
Back. Hello. Hello, Night. Let me see. Where's... There was a lot of ads. That many ads really lost. That was like 3 minutes. It was not all ads. I mean, on the one hand, it does make me feel a little guilty, but on the other hand, catch that in the edit here. He took those ads for all my sins. Wow. How Christmassy of him. He got Easter mixed up with Christmas. How noble. How noble. Night is being very noble. Kind of expected for a night. Absolutely. Especially one with, what was it you said, embossed or engraved armor? Just saying. Engraved, that's right. Hi, baby doll. I'll probably go right behind my head. Oh, was she in here?
Yeah.
I didn't even know.
She's on the, you know,
Were you streaming, Glissana?
Yeah.
Oh.
You know the red chair over there?
Yeah.
That chair's just like on that.
She was so quiet. Aww.
Have a nice night.
Thank you. I'll be done soon. The mouse is going to be done soon, whether I am or not. So this is, yeah. It's like fine, and then all of a sudden it does this weird jump. I think I've stressed it a wee bit. I don't want Artie to kill me later. Engraved, well, eventually. Right now it is just for the shield. Hey, it's whatever you want it to be. You're not even VTubing. We can't see you at all. What you tell us, that's what it is. Oh, wow. Okay, that is coming together. It was daunting to start, but... That'll go quick. One day, maybe just decide to never stream again, but the plan is to stream. But in full armor? That's a commitment. I mean, it does depend on the type of armor. Yeah, okay, there we go. VTubing makes it much easier. Absolutely. Absolutely. I completely agree. I love VTubing. You're not going to hear me complain about it. Yeah, I thought it would follow like the windows up for the, but they're not strictly like, I can't just pick a line and that'll be, so I'm just going across this way. Since this one's so clearly segmented, I might just go up in sections and then down in sections and into down here where I kind of started. No, I love VTubing. I do. I know it gets so controversial on and off. I don't get it. I don't. I think it's perfect. Don't get the hate. I don't either. I mean, I guess part of it for me, all the way back in the day, we had to use the telephone to call the bulletin boards. This was pre-caller ID, but if you wanted to go back and forth, that only way was to share your actual home phone number that was attached to you. It was just more modern Muppet Show, kind of. But then, you know, as the internet progressed, you could go on and you could be whoever you wanted. I think it's a beautiful thing that people can have different aspects of themselves out there. And it gets weird for some people, but the reality is that that's on whoever uses it. It's a tool. It's not. And I love that. I feel like without having a face attached, there's a freedom to be a lot more open because you're not making it as easy for people to come find your house or stalk you or follow you around. And ultimately, nobody can be fake for hundreds and hundreds of hours. Things come out if you're not a decent human being, and people either like you like that or not. So I don't see where the appearance should be that relevant. I think it's just fun. Like, I had a lot of fun making my avatar. And I don't know. I still kept it true because I based it on the type of choices I've made for decades with my characters when you can pick the colors and everything else. The exception being in the Lego Indiana Jones, I was always Lego Indiana Jones, but you know, who knows, maybe I'll add a whip one day just for kicks and giggles, but no, I just, hey, oh, oh, she wants her jacket tonight. It is cold in the house. Yeah, she is. Night, Atlas. I love you. Anyway, I just think people can be a lot more open this way, even though part of it is hidden, because you have to be so careful about what you reveal. when you have your face attached. And I also hate, I don't hate, but the videos where you just hear the person and there's nothing to interact with, I just don't get as into those, or the streams. I watch some streamers that do that, but for the most part, I like there to be something to interact with. I like that you guys can see my actual, like, winking or moving my head, or I'd love it if you could see my hands moving all around, but I can't afford that kind of rig. That's like $10,000-$15,000, but for a homemade do, I think this is okay. Anyway, it just, look, I finally got my hair the way I wanted. That took months. I know there's ways. I just, at some point, I baby stepped it. It's a choice. I'm not upset with myself for baby stepping it, but I have made a choice to just, like my Discord, you know? I started with one general channel and now I've got, I think, 32. It's a little crazy, but it works. And as I learn different things, I'll do different things. Yep, baby steps. And I know it's frustrating for you guys sometimes because you're ready for things to change when like the emotes, it took forever to get the emotes going and I need to actually update those. But I did learn, and then the collab-y thing, I was going to do a collab once a week all through October. Well, October was the month of the apocalypse and the electricity disaster, but we're through that. But now we're in the middle of the holidays, so I'm probably going to put that off till January at this point, see what new games I get and from the sale and the freebie stuff. And then I definitely plan to pick that back up. And I want to start having like a once a week, you know, collab with a few of you when you want to. Just silly stuff. But my Mondays are just so busy. This works for Mondays, but I mean, I could switch it up. It's just also, for example, today, I had 5 minutes to get my computer going, and sometimes it doesn't get going right away. A simpler game makes it more likely that I'll actually stream on a Monday. Looking forward to it, but not sure I would ever be able to do it. Fair enough. You'll be able to do it at some point. And if nobody can do it right now, I'll do something different. Yeah, the joys of tech. Believe me, we literally had a conversation as a family. Do we get all these other things that we need? Or do we try to find some kind of deal for Christmas on the computer situation, but they just are enough more expensive that I couldn't quite get there. And I said, there's other things we really need. We're going to prioritize those right now. We'll come back to this. There'll be an answer. I don't know what that answer will be. I don't know when it will be. Other things you need, like food. Okay, you got me. I am busted. Yes. Food. Clothing occasionally needs some level of replacement. One doesn't want to go around with like see-through clothing that's just worn through. I have super high standards. No, I talked to the kids. We're making an actual Christmas happen this year, and then we'll figure it out. The money I had saved went to my car in the spring because, you know, my car basically catastrophically failed. So, not thrilled, but at least we had the money when we needed it. I hadn't just spent it on a computer because I can't work without my car. Got to get to work, you know? So, life is good. It all worked out how it needed to be, when it needed to be. It just wasn't on my schedule. See-through or full of holes. Yeah, the holes, that's another problem. Those are the farm clothes. If it's full of holes, just make sure you wear a double shirt where the holes don't match up. Those are perfect for doing work on the farm. And then you hope nobody comes by to visit while you look like that. But those clothes get ruined anyway. I don't, oddly enough, I don't go out dressed to the nines when I'm clearing a section of property or cutting some wood or fixing something outside, taking care of animals. Yeah. Yeah, I ruined more than one pair of boots using a whippersnipper. Don't even talk to me about boots. Oh. I need a new pair right now. That was on my short list for Christmas, but the reality is everywhere I go, there's no decent boots for women right now. They're all fashionable. I want something waterproof and weatherproof that can stand in poop. And I don't want to have to get men's boots because they don't fit my feet right. But that's what I might have to do. Good boots are so important. Once you get water in them, oh my gosh, you know, you can ruin your feet. Just, it's worth it to have a good pair. I mean, you'd recover. They don't fit most men's feet right either. Well, that's good to know. It's like they've stopped making clothes for humans. Maybe those lizard people rumors are more true than we thought. Who are these lizard people who can actually wear the clothes in the stores right now and the shoes? Just kidding. Yeah. Really annoyed me, some of the changes. Yeah, I'll be honest. I mean, women's clothing and shoes has always been a problem, but especially since 2020, it's like they stopped even pretending to care. But I still need to wear clothes. It's to the point where we're, like, my girls are ready to just start making their clothes, which I've encouraged them to do many times anyway. My son's ready to make his own clothes too. We don't wear anything weird or particular, just want stuff to fit. There was one store that had really good clothes and they went trendy and everything turned terrible. Yeah. I think it's nice to have a few specialty places where you can get some stuff that's, less practical. But when you forget that people live most of their lives needing more practical than not clothes, I mean, the assumption seems to be they'll buy it no matter what. But who wants to spend all this money on something that's going to be ruined in a week? I don't know. That's where I feel like maybe I'm just getting all persnickety or something, but ugh, drives me crazy. There are actual clothes. You could walk down the street in it, but it lasted months rather than years. Yep. Okay, let me clarify. So if I'm buying something for the farm, I'm going to want something more durable, a thicker fabric, something that can handle being in hot weather or cooler weather, that's very cleanable. And, if it's denim, I want it to wear like denim, not like whatever fabric blend that looks like denim it happens to be. And if I'm going to town, I might be okay with something a little more light cotton or flowy or more feminine. I definitely want to look more feminine when I go into town, right? But I don't want, say, a flowy shirt catching in a piece of farm equipment. That would be bad for a girl or a guy. For a few years working, all that is fair, yeah. And it's like they've completely forgotten that people have a practical, everyday need for clothing that can be worn for even just gardening on the weekends, mowing or whatever. If you're in town, it's not like you don't have anything you're going to do. I don't know, I just sound grouchy. I'm really not that negative about it. It's just, it is a bit of a pet peeve at the moment. Oh, we've got some more 28s up here. It's like, okay. Do you remember those old Crocodile Dundee? No, forget that. The crocodile hunter guy, right? The zoo guy from the zoo that he was Australian, and he would his family still runs that zoo, I thought, in Sydney or something. Yeah. Can you imagine him going around instead of like, what was he like? I can't picture him, but like dungarees and whatever. Can you imagine him going around in some thin fabric fashionable piece that would look like it would work in a movie theater nicely, to be going through the rivers hunting down crocodiles. I mean, or the working with the animals at the zoo. I mean, at some point, just certain clothes just don't belong in everyday stuff the same way. It doesn't mean they don't have a place at all. He did, but never on the job. Right. Even then it was rare. Yeah. I mean, he hardly wanted to be on camera, if nothing else, and have his clothes rip off his body. I mean, it's... maybe he did want that. I don't know. I don't know what he was thinking, but I don't think he wanted that. He seemed a pretty wholesome guy. He wore stuff that wore well even off the job. Yeah, that makes sense. That was so shocking with that manta ray, I'm going to be honest. That was so shocking to all of us. Oh gosh, that was a bit ago. Alright. This is a place where the picture clearly changes somewhat. Let me use this bit to kind of measure it. I was just trying to think of somebody that I could think of who very clearly had good reason to wear more practical clothes and who did so, but they were still nice, decent clothes. They, you know. Why won't you click? There we go. That was the closest I've seen to National Mourning I've seen in a while. I think it was International Mourning. I'm going to be really honest. The next time I saw anything akin to that would have been when the Queen died. He was enthusiastic. He was a good guy. He had a nice family. He had great respect for nature. I think people just liked him. There are other times, but not many, yeah. No, everybody was shocked. It just felt so random. Yes. I do think he cared, and I think that caring showed through, and I think it was more relevant to him than... Of course he was aware of publicity and keeping his ideas out there or whatever, but I think how he portrayed himself was more relevant to him than how it was accepted. And I think whether you agree with a person or not, that's always refreshing to come across. Always. Because you like to know where you stand with a person. I just think having people like that in public life is a breath of fresh air to everybody. you. Hi. Did you stop wheezing yet? Not worried about her.
She overate.
Okay.
I can tell with her belly, it's all stuffed to the brim, to the bursting point. If she ate it more, she'd lose it all.
Beer.
And that's
Hi, Hedge from Night. He's tried to say hi to you a few times, actually.
Hi, Night.
Or maybe it was your sister. There we go. Meow.
You wanna go back? You won't be up all night?
No.
No, she wants to be up all night playing. That's what her new trick is.
Oh.
She gets her sleep early in the evening, and then she comes to my room and she wreaks havoc all night. So I can't sleep.
It's because she loves you so much. He says, I love you so much. I'm going to help you stay up all night, every night, and then I'll sleep all day.
Yeah.
She's just preparing you for future life, that's all. Someday, if you find that special someone.
I've had practice of not sleeping because something little and sweet and loving needs attention.
Yep. He's like, see, I'm doing you a favor. I'm helping you learn. Or I'm helping you get revenge for when you were little on for your mother. That one works for me too. Hey, this is funny to listen in on.
Well, her favorite time to go crazy is like 1 in the morning, so I've got a few hours.
I'm starting to think something is outside the house at 1 in the morning.
Maybe. Is that what it is? Are you protecting me from the monsters? Yeah. Well, thanks for protecting me from the monsters. She takes it very seriously to protect me from monsters. I don't always appreciate it as much as she wants me to, though, because sometimes the monster isn't in my bedroom.
Yeah.
And it's not coming in the house.
It's a half a mile away or so. Outside.
And
totally unaware of your existence.
Yeah, and she's protecting me from it. And maybe I'm not as grateful as I should be.
Yeah, it's a little early for the Panthers to be around. I think it's probably that coyote that likes to come around every year. Alrighty.
Bye.
Let's see. Yeah, I was thinking, oh gosh, this is going to be all these different streams, but I can finish this one next stream probably. It's going faster than I thought. I just had to figure out how to get into it. Okay. Every time they open that door, it's chilly. Why? The computer's making me warm. It's a happy thing. I'm just a baby. It's not really cold. The rest of the world would laugh. Unless you want Artaku to be upset. You are getting into it and going to have to stop soon. No, I've picked this as the stopping spot. I might do this little dangly, but that's what I wanted to do. Is just finish off that. See, I've got that angle going, and then I'm going to do this little piece. And then next time I'll come in and go up, do this loopy bit, and start going down. So yes, I'm into it, but I'm not. I'm into finishing. And this one's easier on the computer, so she won't be as upset. I know they're feeling, sure, 11 degrees is not that cold, but it feels like you could freeze. So 11 degrees would be what, like in the 50s or 60s? Now you gotta make me look it up. '40s maybe? I'm looking it up. 51 degrees. Yep. Yep. That's freezing to death. I don't know. That's freezing to death. I know, like, people in Norway, they think that would be a heat wave, but I think it would be freezing to death. Can people really survive that temperature? I don't know. I am being facetious, obviously. Alright, and then we're gonna, just for only this bit, go down. I like the feeling of the braided chain and brocade on this one. I think it's a really neat effect. It's subtle, but I do think it's done well. It's not just me, it's like all our animals too. Oh, I missed two. There we go. Now you see, it's enough for you to live. You just want to die. Okay, I'll go there. I'll go there 100%. %100%. I mean, like I said, if it gets truly cold, I do feel like you adjust. But it should take a couple days, I would think. Yeah, I think that's a good place to stop. And then next time I'll come in and do through this bit and here and then down and just work my way down. That was pretty fast, really. I was like, oh, this could take 3 or 4 streams, but no. Once I just blocked it out, it went fast. It just felt super... This one is going to be bigger. The rose is coming along really nicely, too. I'm enjoying that. I'm just doing a quarter of this, so 2 more streams on this, probably. The weather does what it wants. It does not care what you think. The rose is definitely turning into one of my absolute favorites. Ooh, I took this. Okay. Night of Ashen Roses. Everything is brown because we're in a subtropical environment. So going down into the 60s and 50s or 20s and 11s, I guess would be your equivalent. Sort of. Things start dying all over. So it's all like brown. And as I was coming home, here, let me see if I can crop this. No, that's not what I want. Cancel. Where's copy? Yeah, and then I can edit. I'm gonna put this in the Discord. This one rose just absolutely off my rose bush that looks like it's even lost most of its leaves for the winter. Just this gorgeous rose popped up. It was insane. I was like, where did you come from? Yeah, I'm gonna pop it in the, yeah, I'm popping it in the Discord. Let me find my flowers. There we go. And then I'll at night, and you'll find it easier that way. There we go. It's just nothing ever gets completely brown here, but everything's kind of browning and getting as yellowy browny as it gets for the winter, and kind of the grass is going down and leaves coming off of things, and then that rose just pops out, and I'm just like, where did you come from? It's beautiful, isn't it? Anyway, that's from the rose bush that the guy thought I'd have to pull out as soon as I moved in, because it was, he liked it. He didn't have the heart to kill it, but it was suffering, and I still have it. It grows really weird and all over the place, but I do get some really pretty roses out of it. They're just not at all when they're supposed to be, or how. All right, I am going to be finishing up. Oh, hi, Buna Buna. No.
On the table.
You're licking your lips.
Here, him at brother's plate.
I won't tell if you don't tell. He'll never know. A little cat spit won't do him harm. He didn't clean up his plate, right? You're just helping. We'll put it in the sink in a second. Winter roses are a thing, but I think they need a greenhouse. Winter roses are a thing, but actually roses like freezing weather, and we don't really get that. So while there are some beautiful rose gardens in Florida, they take an amazing amount of work. I don't do that. I throw coffee grinds, eggshells, its way once in a while, maybe some cooking water from pasta or something, but I kind of know the things they like, and when I have it extra, I throw it on its feet. But other than that, I trim it up and let it survive. I'm not big on coddling my plants, just like I'm not big on coddling my kids. But I am good at saving the pathetic ones, so there you go. Plants, I mean. When I was younger and I wanted a garden and I couldn't afford the stuff, I would go to places like Home Depot and say, "Can I have your dead plants for free?" And they would give me their mostly dead and dead plants that they were writing off. And then I would come home and I got some of the best, like basil and sage and thyme and all kinds of things that way, because I would save them. Important distinction there. Yeah. Well, I would mess with them and find out whether I could bring them back or not, because sometimes you could still bring them back from the roots and sometimes you couldn't, but it was free. So let's say I got 1 out of 5 plants. I just threw away the others or composted them. Who cared? They were free. They stopped letting people do that. But I got a whole really nice vegetable garden that way one time when I was very young and very, very poor. They just keep cutting out all those cheesy corners where you can go in and, no business should take the time to save a plant once it's in that condition, but a person could take the time. But I didn't want to pay money. Like, if I paid money and I'm getting maybe 1 out of 5 plants, another batch I might get 3 out of 5 plants. Another batch I might get none. You don't know till you try. Why would I pay money for those? Anyway. I've always been creative. Pay money for something that has most of them die. Bad deal. Right. I wouldn't have paid for them. That's why they were being written off. And I'm like, I'll dispose of your dead plants for you, if you let me. And they're like, cool. Mutually beneficial. Anyway, I have got to go. I am tired and my brain is about to break, I think. But I'll be back tomorrow, probably Minecraft. And hope to see you then. I hope you have a really good evening, night. Bye, Whimsical, yeah. I also really and truly hope that you find whatever miracle it takes to get your own computer going again. It'll happen. I have to wish you well because mine will not make it forever. There has to be a way to procure the good computers, There has to be a way. It works. It is just old. Well, there you go. Mine works. It's old for what it's been doing. All right. Bye-bye.